My name is Brandon, and welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Vaultry with us today, and he can say his name and what he does in the band.
Hi, I'm Leith. I do vocals in Vaultry, and I produce the electronic parts.
Awesome, awesome. So my first question, Leith, is how did you start out Vaultry? How did you get all of your members?
So Vaultry started off as another band called Tears and Counting. This was before I was involved with the project. Our guitar player, Brad, and our bassist, who played drums in Tears and Counting, started the project in about, I think it was 2007 or 2008.
Okay.
And they played for about 4 years, and then their singer decided that he didn't want to be in the band anymore, so they were starting a new project. And I met Brad working at a grocery store. Came in one day, and he was like, "Oh, I'm looking for a singer," and I sent him some demos to audition, and yeah, and then the week later we got together and we did some practices together, and yeah, now we've been a band for about 3 years, and we recently just lost our guitar player to cancer. He
Wow,
had,
sorry.
yeah, in January, yeah, of last year, and so we've got a new guitar player named Damien who recently joined, and he's been wonderful. He's been a huge positive support for the band, and we got a drummer named Sky just before Chase passed away, who let Josh move to bass. He's more of a bassist. He prefers that instrument, so it was really nice to have these people who are like great musicians come in and let everybody really play what they want to play.
Absolutely, absolutely. And did you know you didn't know these people prior to starting, or did you know them through the scene and that's how you got the connection, or?
I knew Damien for about a year before he joined.
Okay.
I met him. We played with his old band a bunch of times, and they've known him since like 2006 or
Okay.
2007.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, they've known him for a super long time, and then I've known Sky for a really long time as well, because we have a lot of mutual friends.
Okay.
So I did know him beforehand, and Brad, Josh, though I met once I auditioned for the band. Like I didn't know them personally, but yeah. So now we're a pretty tight group of friends. Like we hang out usually weekly to do non-related band stuff and try to keep ourselves occupied and doing like team building stuff, I
Yeah,
guess.
absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome. My next question, Leith, is since you're from Canada, I guess British Columbia, if you want to consider. I mean that those are together. But what are some favorite venues you guys like to see shows at or play shows at?
Um, we've played a few shows in Vancouver, and one of my favorite venues we played is the Rickshaw. The Rickshaw
Oh,
is like
nice.
this
Okay.
kind of mid-sized punk venue. It's like this. I'm trying to think what the max cap is. I think it's 800,
Okay.
maybe six. Um, but we played a show there with our really good friends in Hawking, and it's like the same venue that like Every Time I Die plays in when they come, and a bunch of other like pretty like main level acts. So
Yes.
it was really cool to be able to share the same stage as all those guys, and uh, yeah, the Rickshaw's really cool. I really like District in Victoria. We played there once for our CD release, and it's got a really cool layout, and it's got this really sweet LED wall,
Oh, nice,
so
nice.
like play like graphics and stuff behind you when you play.
Oh, sick.
And you can get some pretty cool light shows. Lucky Bar is also really cool. There's a lot of really cool shows that go on there. Victoria doesn't have a shortage of like really great venues. Like there's most of the venues here are pretty solid, and there's lots of diverse shows going on weekly. So I mean, if you ever stop in Victoria, there's never a night you can't find live music.
That's a good feeling, certainly. I'll have to, if I'm ever out there, I'll have to check out Victoria then. Um,
Yeah.
but my next question, Leith, what are some of your musical influences?
Um, for me, I'm kind of all over the board. Uh, the rest of the band, they're all like pretty into like classic sort of early 2000s post-hardcore acts like Under Oath and
Yeah.
Glassjaw and stuff like that. Whereas like I'm more into electronica and like I guess modern hip hop.
Okay, okay.
Like I listen to a lot of like The Weeknd and like the 1975. I like pop music, I guess. I like the way it's written and the way it's produced, which to a lot of people's chagrin because they're like ugh pleb. But I mean, I listen to lots and lots of other stuff as well. It's for me like it started off listening to like Billy Talent and Atreyu and
Yeah,
Avenged Sevenfold and stuff, and I kind of just like got into more chill stuff as I got older, just for whatever reason, just more to my tastes now. But I still really enjoy listening to like the stuff that I was really into when I was like 16, like Paramore and
yeah,
stuff like that. But yeah, I've definitely got a lot of influence from a lot of electronic artists. One right now specifically is Crywolf.
yeah,
If
yeah,
anybody hasn't checked him out, he's like easily one of the most talented producers in the game. He writes music that's like so accessible to all audiences, like, and his choice of synth and percussion samples is impeccable. He's really really talented, and he's getting a lot of recognition, but not mainstream yet. And I
yeah.
really want him to like jump to the next level because he's one of those artists that deserves to be playing like main stage Coachella every year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'll have to give it a listen then. But my next question, kind of in relation to the last one I just asked, what have been some bands that you've been jamming more recently?
Um, I mean, my buddies in Hawking just released a new album called Diverge, and that's like been on my stereo a lot. It's really, really good, and I was lucky to be able to work on the album and do the album art for it.
Oh, awesome.
So maybe I'm a little biased, but I mean, they've been recognized by Polyphia and a lot of other mainstream prog acts, so they're really cool, and they're super great guys. But their new album, Diverge, is really good. I've been listening a lot to that new Paramore song that just came out.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of people didn't like it. I will admit it is pretty cheesy. I mean, but I like it. I think it's well produced, and I think that it's well written. It's just like a lot of people think that because Paramore isn't writing Riot anymore, that not Paramore, but they're a band. They're allowed to do whatever they want, and I don't think it's. I think there's this myth that they're influenced by their record label to do, become this thing. But they've been on the same record label since their first album, and I'm
yeah.
pretty sure their record label's not telling them what to do. But yeah, who else have I been listening to? I listened to a lot of Snail's House.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
have you heard Snail's House?
I have not heard of them, but that the name when you said Snail's House, it sounds familiar, so maybe I have.
Yeah, he's a music producer from Japan, and he produces kind of like anime influenced future based sort of stuff. But
Okay.
he's really good sample choice, really good production. Uh, he's a joy to listen to. But yes, I wish I could have got the other guys in here because they're gonna tell you. I mean, if I had to guess what they've been listening to, I know Damien's been listening to a lot of the Normandy.
Yes, Normandy.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a big Coheed and Cambria fan, so he's always listening to Coheed. And then Brad, our other guitar player, he listens to a lot of Gaslight Anthem.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, and he also is really big into like uh, I think he's been revisiting a lot of his records from like before 2005. And then I don't know what Josh has been listening to. He just kind of throws on Spotify. Every time I'm over, he's just listening to random stuff. He listens to a lot of pop punk.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Sky is super into Outrun and like
Oh, nice.
synthwave, so he listens to like Scandroid and like the bands that sound like they should be in an '80s action movie, which is really that's what he's into. Yeah, so that's basically where we're at with bands we're listening to right now. I wish it was more bands and less like single producer acts.
Hey, but that's what makes it diverse. So I definitely like your guys' approach and different choices that you had because, ultimately you're affected by what you listen to. So I think
Totally,
you
totally.
definitely are, definitely have a nice mix of everything. So really
Try.
enjoy that. But my next question, Lee, is a fun one. If you could pick a song to cover, what song would it be?
Um, oh man, there's so many. Uh, I've always wanted to cover Bjork's Hyper Ballad or Bjork's All Is Full of Love
Oh
off
yes, yeah.
Genex. Yeah, I really like Bjork. I think she's super talented, and I'd love to do a version of one of her songs that's like a way it hasn't been done. I also would love to cover The Weeknd. I think
Yes.
that he's kind of in. If now was the time to do it, now would probably be the time to do it. While he's in the height of his popularity. Uh, yeah, I don't know. We've always talked about doing covering "A Kiss from a Rose" by
Ooh,
Seal.
yeah.
Yeah, just for whatever reason, because it's uh, yeah, I don't know. It's like covers is weird because it's if everybody's like, oh, I want to cover this song, I want to cover this song, I want to cover
Yeah,
this, I want to cover this song. There's no like one definitive answer because I guess it's like as you hear a song that you like, you kind of also thinking like, ooh, what would I have done differently?
true, true. I definitely agree, but I like the choice of the weekend. I could see you guys knocking that one out for sure. But next question, Leith, another fun one. Favorite food to eat?
I like soba noodles.
Ooh,
I
okay.
like I like uh, this one recipe that Guy Fieri made, which is dumb. He's the one who wrote the recipe I found online, but I make it all the time, and it's basically like soba noodles and miso vinaigrette and cucumber and edamame, and then you put like tuna on top or egg
Ooh, there you
or
go.
whatever you want. Basically, it's just like Japanese street food sort of stuff. We have a restaurant in Victoria that makes their own version of it. Uh, and it's like I try to have it at least once a week when I'm not poor because it's to die for. But I'm super into that. I also really like tacos. Fish
Ooh,
tacos
yeah.
are so good.
Awesome. I like those choices. I'm down with the fish tacos and the soba noodles. I can rock with that. But next question, Lee. If you could pick somebody to collab with, who would it be?
Oh my God, Crywolf, absolutely 100%. Crywolf or Bjork. I don't think I'd ever get the opportunity to collab with Bjork because there's the age and also like distance between us barrier.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's been my dream to collab with her and like learn from her and step into her mind and see the way she works musically versus because most people just kind of see her in like the professional sort of
Yes.
artistic spectrum where she's performing or being interviewed, and she's kind of like I want to step into when she gets into her work mode, and I want to see what that's all about because she's produced some really avant-garde music that especially at the time nobody else was doing, and I think that'd be really incredible to learn from someone like that and take away from that. But I mean, more realistically, Crywolf, I think he's extremely talented, so I would love to see what he's all about and kind of I've actually seen him produce before, and he's got a workflow very similar to mine,
Oh,
so
nice. Okay.
I feel like we'd probably work really really well together.
That's sick. I like that. Next question, Lee. I don't know how big of a video game fan you are, but if you could be a video game character, who would it be?
Um, I know who it wouldn't be. It'd be Sonic the Hedgehog because his career is spiraling downward faster and faster every day. Uh, I don't know. Uh, Hard question. I play a lot of video games that I don't feel like I associate with any video game characters. I guess like I've always really liked Samus Aran.
Ooh,
From,
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
I think she's the woman with the plan. She's like the coolest video game character. She's always getting things done. Uh, I also I don't know if you played Witcher.
Yeah, I've played a little Witcher, yeah.
Yeah, I really like Geralt of Rivia. He's
Ooh,
like
okay. Okay.
he's really funny. I'm nothing like him. I'm not a cool swashbuckling swordsman, but he's like the sassiest man alive. And I think if I could be a video game character, I would love to be Geralt because he's sassy as hell.
I like that. I like that choice. I like the choices. They need to make another Metroid game, that's all I'm saying.
Oh,
That
absolutely, not a fake kind of like
rip
multiplayer
off.
one. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. So I'm glad we're on the same page with that. But next question, Lee, If you could play another musical instrument besides the ones you play now, what would it be and why?
I've already kind of played drums, but I would want to play drums good and
Okay.
not like a chump. Uh, yeah, I've been playing guitar and bass and doing vocals since I was in like the eighth grade, and I played piano since I was four. So like, I have the base instruments of everything.
Yes.
I understand how to write drums. I just don't have the coordination to be able to play it properly. So I would love to be able to actually physically be able to play the things that I write in my head.
Sweet, sweet. I like that answer. Next question. What has been some memorable moments with Voltree?
Um, I don't know. It's kind of we've kind of been all over the map, you know. Like
Okay.
we went through some really sad experiences last year with Chase passing away, and um, you know, I really liked working in the studio on the few tracks we've just put out, like No Victory and then Eulogy. I really enjoyed the time we did that. It was really great to sit in the production chair with um, Adam, our other producer, and Ben, our engineer, and make an album that I'm really, really stoked about. Um, I don't know. There's been a couple times going on the road where we played some shows out of town that have been really fun. Um, it's I'm pretty excited to see what happens next. I mean, we hang out so much; it's kind of hard to think of one thing in your mind.
Yeah, certainly, certainly. But that's cool. I like that. I like when bands kind of, are a little bit more. They do some fun stuff together as, as a band. I think that definitely, I love seeing that, especially when they're, because you get tied up when you're like writing music and stuff like that. So it's cool to finally get to that point where, you're enjoying them for being just friends and being bandmates as well. So I like that answer a lot. But next question, in your opinion, who puts on a great live show and a favorite show that you've been to?
Uh, well, I mean, also biasly once again, 'cause they're actually super talented musicians. So that's only why I'm mentioning them so many times. Hawking puts on an incredible live show. They're talented, talented, talented musicians. The other musicians I really enjoy seeing live. I really enjoyed when I saw Being as an Ocean. I feel
Oh,
like
nice.
Joel, the vocalist, has like some of the best stage presence of any vocalist I've ever seen live. The way he engages the crowd is absolutely next level, and
Nice.
he was really really talented. I actually haven't seen too many big bands live just because of where I live, and I don't get out of off the island too much. But yeah, I really the one time I saw it was like Being as an Ocean, Architects, Straight from the
Oh,
Path, and
nice.
Take It Home, and all those bands kill it. Architects is really good to see live, but yeah, ooh. I think I've never seen a band that's performance was so bad that I wanted to leave, which is nice.
That's always a good stuff. That's always a good thing, You don't. I mean, I don't think I've walked out on any. I don't, to my knowledge. So I think that's always a good start. But my next question is, if you could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
Uh, Probably Bring Me the Horizon headlining.
Nice.
Uh,
Okay.
I don't know. They're sweet. I like them a lot. I've liked them since day one. Uh, hmm. Them, they'd be headlining, and then I'd have like I don't know Normandy opening or
Ooh.
something,
Okay. Okay.
and then I'd have uh maybe like Paris on there as well. So it'd be like Bring Me the
Ooh.
Horizon,
Okay.
Paris,
Okay. Okay.
Normandy, like a lot of like electronic influenced post hardcore bands, and then I don't know. I'd just throw Crywolf's DJ set on as the opener.
Ooh. There you go.
It'd be good shit.
I
I would,
like.
it would be a sellout tour. Believe me, be me.
It will be. It will be. If that ever happened, if they
Yeah,
somehow watch this and they're like, "Yo, that's a really dope tour lineup," I'm gonna have to get on
yeah.
that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Normandy. I know Paris has already toured with Bring the Horizon a couple
Yes.
times. I
Correct.
wouldn't be surprised if Normandy's already toured with them as well in Sweden, where they're from.
Yes. Correct. Correct. Next question, Leith. Favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Uh, I mean, I really like Rick and Morty,
Yes,
uh,
yes.
but that's just like I would say overall my favorite TV shows is either South Park or Always Sunny.
Oh, nice, nice. Two choices.
Yeah. I've also just watched probably my favorite anime of all time. It just recently came out, and it totally changed my mind about what my favorite was. I don't know if you've seen Erased.
I've heard of it. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, Erase the Town Without Me. It's like probably the best written TV anime I've ever seen.
Okay.
It's really really down to earth, and like it takes itself pretty seriously, but not in a way where there's like, characters giving huge monologues about their motivations for things. Like it's very fast paced, and I think it's because it was written specifically. It's adapted from a manga, but like it curtails like a 12-volume manga into one series
Wow.
really, really, really well.
Sweet.
So I'm guessing they just took out a bunch of filler, but
Yes.
it's really well written. It's really well voice acted, and if you want a show to binge watch, it's like I think 3 or 4 hours of your day, and it's just so good. I was floored by how good it was. And
Awesome.
then the movie is Big Trouble in Little China
Ooh,
by
okay, yeah.
John Carpenter.
Yeah.
I have no idea why.
That's awesome. Next question, Leith. If you could only listen to one album for a month straight, what album would it be?
Hawking's album Diverge.
Ooh, there you go.
100%. It's so good.
And lastly, Lee, tell them about your band Vaultry, where they can find you at on social media and things of that nature. Also, tell them what's going on in the next couple months.
Um, so we're Vaultry. We're a band from Victoria, BC. We currently just released an album called Eulogy, which is available on Spotify, YouTube, Google Play, iTunes, basically every major outlet. You can also buy it on our Bandcamp if you prefer. We get a little bit more money from it that way.
There you go.
If you don't have the money to go out and stream it or go out and torrent it, I'm not going to come to your house with a baseball bat. I'd rather you just be listening to it than feeling like you have to put money in my pocket if you're just getting into us. We also have merchandise up on Big Cartel for returning fans. We're also going to be heading on a tour across Canada in the next couple months.
Awesome.
We're announcing dates soon, and we're working on a new album as well, and seeing where that takes us. We've been writing lots of new music, so we should have new music coming out at some point. And then, for new people, hopefully you like what we're doing and want to get involved with what we're doing. And if you like what we do, come say hey.
Awesome, awesome.
Thanks for happening. Thanks
Yeah,
again for having me. Yeah.
definitely go check out Vaultry. Links will be in the description where you can find out about their social media. Make sure to give them a follow, give them a like, what have you. Also, make sure to subscribe to their YouTube channel as well. If you enjoy what we do here, make sure to hit the subscribe as well. Also, make sure to hit that like as well. But I have something funny to tell you about Vaultry. I initially messaged you probably about a couple months ago about interviewing, and I saw you saw it, but I guess things didn't work out, and so it's kind of interesting how things kind of turned around in that regard. So
It's
I
really
was
fun. Uh, I don't always check all the inboxes.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we get a lot of spam
I'm
as
sure.
well. So yeah, apologies. My
No,
apologies.
no problem. I just thought it was interesting. I found out about you guys through Dreambound, so I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so I was just like, I feel like when I got the email from Shirley, I was like, this band seems familiar. I just can't remember. And I saw one of the music
You
videos,
just
and I was like, oh, that's
missed
from
them.
Dreambound, and I was like, that's kind of sick. So, thanks, Leith, for coming on. Definitely go check
Yeah.
out their stuff. Awesome stuff. I was already sold on that one song, so I'm definitely gonna be grabbing the CD and maybe some merch. So, thank you, Leith, for coming
Thanks.
on, man. Definitely go pick up their stuff. Go check it out on Spotify if you don't have too much cash on you. So, but definitely go support these guys if you can. I'm sure they would greatly appreciate it. And thanks, Leith, for coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, of course. If you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.